Hello, hello, lovely people of crypto, blockchain, and Web3. We're back on Voice of Crypto once again on our daily live sessions that we organize every day for our lovely Web3 communities. And I'm glad to be presenting Voice of Crypto's live session where we will talk about all things crypto, Web3, and blockchain. And in today's episode, we are going to be particularly talking about the Bitcoin ETF, spot ETF approval. There's already a lot of hype, there's a lot of conversation, a lot of hype, and of course, a lot of speculation around what will happen once the Bitcoin ETF is approved, whether there will be an approval, how the market would react to an approval if it goes through, and of course, what sort of a price action to expect once the ETF approval is through. So we're going to be addressing all of those key factors around the around the BTC ETF approval. But before that, we will of course take a quick look at the crypto market, the larger crypto market, see how it has performed over the weekend, how top cryptocurrencies, how top altcoins have reacted on the weekend. So, without further ado, I would deep dive into the crypto market. First, take a look at the global crypto market cap, which has slumped a little bit by just below 1%. There's a 0.83% fall in the global crypto market cap over the last 1 day or so. While the global crypto market cap is still maintained above the 1.60 trillion US dollar, currently oscillating at the 1.64 trillion US dollar, it has definitely slumped from the higher levels that it had achieved, which was over 1.7 trillion US dollar. That said, owing to a lot of altcoins gaining momentum as well as Bitcoin price sort of stabilizing after touching the 40,000 mark, we did see a lot of activity in the market, and that is itself evident in the trade volumes, which are up by 38% in the last 24 hours. Nonetheless, the total trade volumes at this point in the last 24 hours in the crypto market stood at 60 billion US dollar, which isn't as much as we've seen in the days when a couple of weeks back when the market was performing well, Bitcoin was rising, so were quite a few other altcoins. So while there's a relative rise in terms of crypto market volumes, we are definitely not going to count it as one of the better higher activity days that is today. Usually on Monday, the trade volumes or the market activity isn't as much because there's either a slump over the weekend or there's some sort of gain. So weekends, there's a lot of activity, and Monday, again, the markets are a lot calmer. An interesting piece of information, however, is that Bitcoin dominance has once again stabilized and increased. BTC dominance has sort of placed itself above the 52% mark. And in the last 2 weeks itself, we have seen the volume sort of rise from the lower levels that it had gone down to. The crypto market, the Bitcoin dominance had fallen to uh, below 50%. It had fallen to 49% towards the end of last year. But now we can see that that the market dominance, Bitcoin's market dominance has definitely picked up. This, what this means is that there's more capital entering Bitcoin as compared to the rest of the crypto market or altcoins. So this definitely goes on to show that the Bitcoin market cap is strengthening while altcoin market cap is sort of going down. This does mean that the Bitcoin dominance is, of course, overpowering the market and more capital entering BTC. A look at Bitcoin's price chart suggests that we've finally crossed over the 44K US dollar level. On a weekly basis, we're up 3.9%. On a daily, hourly basis, not a lot of gains or losses for BTC. On the other hand, Ethereum price has slumped by a little over 3% on the weekly. Again, not a lot of price momentum for ETH, either on the hourly or on the daily price chart. So not a lot to look forward to. But BNB has slumped, so has Solana. Solana price is finally below or around the 90 US dollar mark. And we know that Solana has been one of the top gainers in the last quarter in this year as well. For the 1 week that we have seen in this year, Solana has gained pretty well. So this could be a decent entry point for short term traders into Solana without a doubt. On a weekly, we can see that Solana is down by almost 12%. And a closer look at Solana, of course, will show us what the key support resistance levels are. A rise or spike in volumes, 24-hour volume, clearly shows us that either there's a bit of sell-offs by short-term traders happening in the market, or at the lower prices there is a bit of buying that's happening in the market. Either way, Solana volumes look really ripe, and so does Solana price to make an entry into Solana. Because if we take a look at Solana on a month-on-month basis, then of course Solana has given a bit of entry point right here. The 90 to 95 US dollar level has been a key has acted as a key psychological support resistance mark, as well as of course a key support mark right here in Solana's trajectory. But if we see that once Solana slumped from this 95 US dollar mark and fell down to the below 90 US dollar mark, um, in this in this trajectory, Solana has sort of made lower lows on a monthly time frame. Um, we can clearly see that the lowest Solana went on a monthly was first the 98 US dollar mark, and then it was the 92. Now we can see that Solana has dropped down to 90, and while there's a bit of recovery for Solana in the short term, not a lot to look forward to. So again, while this does present a bit of short term entry for traders, this isn't financial advice, and you should always do your own research in the crypto market. That said, moving on to XRP, not a lot to look forward to. There's been a lot of fall in terms of price, over 9% on the weekly, over 1.5% on the daily. Cardano again falling by over 5% on the daily, over 17 on the weekly. In fact, most of the top cryptocurrencies in the top 20 by market cap have fallen in terms of price. And this can largely be attributed to Bitcoin's price movement, which hasn't been great. There's not a lot of gains or a lot of losses for BTC. That constant sort of momentum that BTC has maintained can be attributed to this fall in the larger market that we're seeing at this moment. Um, that said, we will now take a quick look at today's topic of discussion, which is the Bitcoin spot ETF approval and how this could, of course, lead to a wave into cryptocurrencies. And a lot of this could also encourage or push a lot of non crypto, non Web3 users into crypto. A lot of people have, in fact, predicted that people using crypto would skyrocket once the ETF approval goes through. It does open the door for investors into cryptocurrencies. While cryptocurrency investors are looking forward to this year, because 2024 does seem like the year when cryptocurrencies would sort of make a comeback, and they would come in with a bang, and the spot Bitcoin ETF ruling does look imminent to a lot of analysts. But how will it sort of make a difference in the larger narrative for cryptocurrencies? Well, one, a lot of Web2 users can get access to investments into cryptocurrencies, safer, secure, and more regulated investments into cryptocurrencies. Apart from that, of course, a US regulated spot Bitcoin ETF could significantly increase accessibility, liquidity, demand, and price of quite a few cryptocurrencies. This also allows investors to sort of safely accessing cryptocurrencies without the need to directly get involved with these digital assets. And there are, of course, a lot of risk averse investors have been holding back from Bitcoin or from other such crypto investments of late. But the introduction of a spot BTC ETF can open the door for these investors to enter into the crypto market. But that's not it. A lot of analysts have said that Bitcoin price is set to skyrocket once the spot Bitcoin ETF is approved. What analysts are predicting at the moment is that we could see a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news narrative. And this is one thing that I have been talking about whenever I take a dig into BTC ETF spot approval, BTC spot ETF approval. And that this basically means that when there are rumors around a certain event, macro event happening in the finance space, there's a lot of buying, be it stocks, be it cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of buying that happens around the hype. But as soon as the decision goes through and the news sort of confirms, is when there's a lot of selling that happens, which of course leads to prices dropping. Now, what analysts are suggesting is that there might be an initial dip in price. And yes, you heard it right, there would be an initial dip in price for Bitcoin ETF for Bitcoin prices as soon as we see a BTC spot ETF approval happen, because the market has sort of been front running on the ETF approval news. So while it would act as a positive catalyst for Bitcoin price in the long term trajectory, we can expect a little bit of price drop as soon as the ETF approval news goes through. Of course, in the long term, it would play well for the the BT for Bitcoin price. That said, we will now jump right back into the crypto market and see what the top gainers and losers for the day have been. We'll also be taking a quick look at the weekly gainers. Well, Stacks, Axelar, Injective, ICP Maker, and Toncoin have been a few gainers. We can clearly see that Stacks and Axelar have made more gains in the market, but other than that, ICP, Maker, Toncoin, not a lot to look forward to. In terms of weekly gains, again, there is Stacks, GMT, AKT, Osmosis, OSMO token, and Celsius, TIA token, as well as Injective and Arbitum. These are some of the top gainers of last week in terms of price, but owing to the larger narrative at this point, which is mostly bearish, owing to Bitcoin price stabilizing, not a lot of volatility in the market, as well as a lot of altcoins taking a U turn from their initial bullish trajectory. In fact, what we can see is that there are quite a few altcoins that have lost price momentum, and IOTA, Celsius, TIA token, despite managing the over 9% weekly gains, is down by over 10%. Same goes for GMT, um, Helium, SATS, Sui token, Filecoin, and as well Bonk, which is one of the top meme coin gainers of the last quarter. And if you want to know more about Bonk as well as top meme coins in the market, go ahead and check out Voice of Crypto. And with this, I will be wrapping today's session. Thank you so much for joining, all the lovely people who join us on Voice of Crypto every day. Big shout out to our Web3 communities for staying intact and showering all the love that you do on Voice of Crypto. That said, if you want to know more about Bonk and how it is competing with Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, some of its top competitors, go ahead and check out Voice of Crypto, where we've published a detailed analysis as to how Bonk will perform, whether it is a top competitor to Shiba Inu and Doge, whether it will take the throne and dethrone both of these top cryptocurrencies, meme coins. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section or on Voice of Crypto's Telegram announcement group. That's where you can get all the alpha. That's where we post everything about price action, news, updates from the Web3 market, and alpha from the crypto Web3 blockchain space. So, without fail, make sure that you guys go ahead and follow Voice of Crypto on our Telegram announcement channel. That's where all the action happens. Don't forget to join Voice of Crypto's announcement channel. The link to the same has been left in the comment section on whichever social media you guys must have joined us on. So, looking forward to continuing the conversation on Telegram. That said, I will be wrapping today's session. It was lovely to see all the amazing viewers. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. In all of these same places. But an important update is that every Wednesday we will be going live with BitBlonde, who is an ace trader. She's going to be talking about top price movements as well as some of the top cryptocurrencies that you can be investing in, or we would be speculating around a lot of altcoin price action. So don't miss out on that. And this is something that we're going to be doing weekly with her. So make sure that you have logged in those that time for Voice of Crypto with BitBlonde. That said, bye bye for now, and I will see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the cryptocurrency, Web3, and blockchain market. Until then, bye bye.